Why can't the Clippers stop Luka Doncic? Obviously, much easier said than done. 70 points, though, 18 assists, 17 rebounds through the first two games. Absolutely destroying it. Let's dive into the film, give you some insights into the X's and O's, and see if we have any better ideas for maybe how they can possibly stop Luka. First of all, a lot of it, again, just coming even one-on-one on his step backs and all these things for a 35% three-point shooter during the regular season to be 10 of 24 through two games, just absolutely obscene. Let's talk about the strategy, though. To start off with, the Clippers were in a switch, meaning they just basically wanted to switch everything to keep a body on a body and make sure they stayed out of rotations. So you might think it's crazy, but I'm going to explain what I mean by stay out of rotations and make sure they take away the other guy's threes and all the reasoning for wanting to keep a body on a body and switch like this. Because even to start out with, it looked like it would maybe be okay, and the logic is there. It's not Ty Lue's fault. It's not the coaching staff's fault. Again, the reason you want to stay out of rotations and why you start off switching to begin with is if you're going to drop, even if you do a tight drop, meaning you be up tighter here at the level or you trap or whatever else, if you do anything besides switching, you're going to have to help and pull in. Because if you don't come in here, he's hitting Kleber for the lob. So Reggie Jackson has to pull in from the corner to take away this lob threat. The problem, of course, is that Luka is one of the best passers ever. And he's so freaking good at making this even one-handed skip pass to the corner, right in Hardaway's shooting pocket for a three. So you drop, you have to help, and you give up his kick-out threes where he's so dangerous. Once again, you see if you do anything really other than switch, and even sometimes if you do switch here, Kleber is behind the defense, so Paul George has to come in, and Luka two hands, even total opposite wing of the court. He's two-handed skip pass to the corner. Finney Smith this time. Unbelievable passer. Other issue, of course, is, well, now if you say, oh, okay, so why don't these guys just stay home and not help as much? Well, the more you tell them that, the more Serge Ibaka thinks, okay, he doesn't have help to take away Willie Cauley-Stein's lob, and so if he's thinking that these guys are staying home on the shooters like they are here, then Serge Ibaka has to keep backing up, because if he doesn't keep backing up, Willie Cauley-Stein has either a lob or the offensive rebound, so he keeps backing up, and now just this little tiny screen is enough for Luka to get an angle on Paul George, and again, he's pretty damn good with those floaters, finishes off the glass, things of that nature, too. You also run the risk, of course, as you see here, of him actually getting behind the defense. I don't know exactly what they were supposed to do on this play. Ended up being kind of a late switch, but if you're going to switch, you better go under the screen, because if you go over, you're behind the defense. And again, if you're not going to pull in off shooters like Hardaway, which is kind of understandable, then again, Luka's just going to lob this pass over the top, and they're getting dunks out of it, which you can't give up those. So, yeah, I think we have a better understanding now of why they decided to switch in the first place and why there was certainly some logic there. And here's the last clip too, because even being in a drop, as I said, also doesn't guarantee that you're taking away Luka's threes, because this tiny screen is enough to get just enough of Marcus Morris where Luka gets to a step back anyway. And as you see, Zubac, if he's too concerned about his man, he's not going to totally step up and sell out to stop that, and that's just an obscene shot. So the logic was there, like I said. So they start off in a switch, and again, it did some good things. It forced some contested step backs. You'll certainly live with this shot, you'd think, against a 35% three-point shooter, and that's why the Clippers did it to start the series and what they thought would be their best chance. But, of course, once Luka starts getting his rhythm, starts getting going, and hitting that step back, you have to be ready to make adjustments. Because, again, if he starts getting really comfortable going against the switch, once he knows exactly what you're doing and reads it and just starts pulling the ball back out and attacking Zubac going downhill, get into this Euro step back that he hits so damn well, I mean, I don't know what you do. And then this was the kind of nail in the coffin one that Again, Zubac seeming like he's there, seeming like he's getting a reasonable contest, but Luka just in his bag at this point, knocking down those step backs with ease, which is why so comical all the people that said he was a bad shooter or average shooter, whatever, regular season. I don't care what the numbers say. I don't care he shot 35% in the regular season. I think he's proven time and time again in the playoffs that he's a damn good shooter, and the reason, if anything, he shoots a lower percentage regular season because he has to take so many and is guarded so tightly all season long. He saves a little bit in the tank for the playoffs, and he's unstoppable. So clearly, at some point, they decided, okay, we can't just switch anymore. So what they ended up doing was running a second defender at him after the switch. Okay, has some logic to it. Kind of the James Harden Houston defense that he faced a lot. So when Zubac is switched on him, now you're going to see Patrick Beverley run at him too. Make Luka get rid of the ball. Okay, so it surprised Dallas a couple times. Here you see Clippers flying around pretty well after the initial trap. Josh Richardson gets stuck in the air, turnover. Good defensive possession there. But, of course, it's hard when you do something that you haven't really practiced all season, probably haven't used all season. There's some issues, like this one, for example. So here they switch, but is Marcus Morris going to come right back and double him? If he does, Porzingis probably has a lob. Patrick Beverley realizes that it's probably got to be him again from right here, but before he can even get there, you see Luka has already gone into his step back against Zubac, even pretty decently contested, and nails it. No perfect answer. Here, Ibaka's switched onto him, so Kawhi comes to trap. All right, this one looks pretty decent with Porzingis bricking a contested three. You can also certainly think about just straight up trapping the ball screen, which here they showed Luka a different look, one that he hadn't really seen so far in this game. Makes a not so great pass to Josh Richardson, who misses a three. So some promises there, right? Some potential. But, again, there's issues. There's things that, like I talked about, here Marcus Morris kind of switches, but then as he dribbles back towards Batum, Batum also stays on him, and now we've got two on the ball, and now again we see Luka's brilliance, getting up in the air to pass, and Porzingis again. If he's behind the defense, you're giving up roll dunks. You can't give up dunks. Got to live with contested step backs over dunks for sure. Patrick Beverley here. There's also the question, of course, of who takes the primary matchup with Luka. The Clippers have tried a lot of different guys. Here, Beverley ends up guarding him, and Pat, is pretty damn good in his stance. He's pretty low, one of the scrappiest dudes in the league. Love watching Pat play defense, but Luka then, if he sees that mismatch, will also go to the post and abuse him down there at times, where he just seems to be too big, quite frankly, for Pat. Kawhi is the guy you'd most likely want to be on him for as much of the game as possible, but when Kawhi's scoring 40 points and working his ass off every time on the offensive end, you can't ask him to do it every single possession, but certainly seems like he'd be the best matchup against Luka. You see him doing a great job fighting under and then over the screen, contesting the step back well, but again, that's not perfect either, because Kawhi this time is going to go under again, and Luka's going to make him pay behind the screen. Kawhi does seem to try to want to fight underneath it and get back to Luka. And, oh yeah, if Luka's hitting this shot against Kawhi, let's just pack up and go home. I don't know what in the world you can possibly do against that. Paul George, the one guy I really don't want on Luka at all, in addition to Reggie Jackson if I'm Ty Lue. He just, at least unless they really challenge him and show him some of these clips, just shows a lack of competitive spirit. Not nearly a good enough job getting into the ball here. And also, how about contesting the shot, dude? You got to at least get a hand up. I mean, that's a tough shot, but you need to contest every shot. This is also inexcusable. Here, most importantly, is what the Clippers need to clean up if they want to have a chance. After a free throw, you cannot be walking back down the court and not matched up correctly, where nobody was guarding Finney-Smith here, and now Paul George is late getting to him, and in one dribble he's at the rim for a dunk. That's inexcusable. This is not playoff basketball. They have not nearly been locked in enough here. You see him bitching and Zubac about it, talking who's supposed to be guarding him. I don't know, but you guys got to talk, figure it out. Also inexcusable, giving floodgates transition layups to guys like Tim Hardaway Jr. Too easy. Got to make them work, right? Luka's going to pick you apart sometimes, all right? He's going to make a few of these outstanding, obscene passes, no-look passes after the Euro step for threes and his obviously obscene shots, and you got to live with some of those. You can't also live with easy transition baskets, guys not getting matched up, and you can't get dominated when Luka's not even in the game like the Clippers have also done. As you see here, just kind of lack of communication, all possession, out-hustled for the offensive rebound. Dallas 32-16 edge and second chance points through 2 games. Unacceptable against the bigger Clippers team. We talked about some of the trapping, running 2 guys. All right, we showed a few clips where it worked. That's also no perfect strategy either because, you know what, going 4-on-3 on defense is pretty damn hard. Dallas, again, is pretty used to it all season long. And so here, Finney Smith's going to be the guy they put right in the pocket. And now you got a shooter right over here, 3 Clippers trying to defend them all. Hard to do. Porzingis gets the dunk. Or how about this one where Pat's going to switch initially. Paul George is going to come run at him. And again, Finney Smith catches it in the pocket. So look, 1, 2, 3, 4 against 3. How do you guard this? It's hard. Tim Hardaway Jr. ends up getting the 3. No easy answer. A lot of possibilities. They have shown him a lot of different looks. And Luka's magic is that he keeps picking them all apart. And oh yeah, how about shots like this too? This is honestly maybe the most obscene shot I've ever seen. This is not. I'm not talking about like half-court heaves, just prayers. But this is a legitimate shot. He took this just to get a 2-for-1. A right-left Euro step, fading sidestep 3, just for a 2-for-1, and made it look like it was a layup. Are you kidding me? That's absolutely outrageous. Thanks for watching. Make sure you thumb up, subscribe. If you want part 2, which is 17 bonus minutes, all exclusive clips, not in this video, just go to patreon.com/scoutwithbrian right here for that bonus video. Again, all new, different clips, deeper dive into all the X's and O's. You can get it for even $2 a month, that and 50 other bonus videos. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, thumb up, patreon.com/scoutwithbrian.